Greetings, workplace innovators. Happy New Year. If you're like me, you like building solutions quickly, rapidly on the fly in things like spreadsheets because they're so flexible. We're on our rule number 4 of a dysfunction that can happen inside of a spreadsheet. It can be very tempting to use this feature right here inside of a spreadsheet, and that is just to format it. Sometimes we'll create spreadsheets that have dual purpose, right? They can be purposed for receiving data and for information, for collaborating with others, and then also for reporting and displaying it all inside of one layout. So it can be very tempting to create artwork out of our beautiful spreadsheets to identify, okay, hey, celery is something that's slightly different, so heads up because we need to treat that. In another way. The better way, and I'll show you what this can look like inside of a rapid application system here in a minute. But if you're constrained to working within inside of a spreadsheet, the better way would be to create some sort of new column. And that new column can identify whether it's fruit or not, or whatever other attribute it is about the data that you're trying to track, rather than formatting, or rather than just formatting. Because if you break it into a new column, then of course you can also add conditional formatting, as I'm sure many of you are already doing. Let's just do a quick color scale on this and say, okay, we want to flag up the things that are not fruit and just call that red. Okay, now that's dynamic, and that's data that can grow and can scale with the organization. A real world example of this is that one of our clients came to us and they had a large set of data. This is just fake data from schools here in Ohio. But let's just say they were doing a very similar thing and they're identifying, hey, these are schools that are active that we work with. And then these are a couple of schools that have questions about, and there's 1,000 rows in this little spreadsheet. And they go dutifully through and ask someone to do all of this markup and mark them and color code them. Well, that's easy to read, but it is impossible to migrate. It's impossible to digest for a company like ours. So again, the treatment is very similar here, of course, right? Let's bring in a status column. That could be numbers or even text is fine. Text is data. And so if this is active and that's what really yellow represents, and this is a question, and that's what red represents, that's fine. Much better to have an actual column of data because that will allow you to migrate that to something like a rapid application development environment. I'll show you just how rapid that could be here. We can take that spreadsheet that I just downloaded and pop that into Claris FileMaker, import those schools. And right away, I can do a simple search here and pull up just those 3 active schools. That data is now indexed and it's able to grow and scale, and I can create simple forms like this and say, great, these are the 4 fields that I really care about. That let me publish that out to a website that's internal, or start to even create some sophistication into this solution to say, great, these are the statuses that we need to track with each one of our schools going forward. And there you have it. That's what I got for you. Thank you so much. More to come.